All right, it's starting to kick my ass now. It's teasing me, it's staring me right in the face. Although it's like hella dark and you really can't see anything with this camera right now, the trail itself is pretty well marked. I'm trying to pace myself. I want to cover as much ground as possible because I've got a late start. So 10 point something miles up and 10 miles back, and I got to do it in like 12 hours to beat the sunlight. So that's where we're at. Charleston Peak, 10.3 miles from here, about 8 hours. Most difficult. We're here, we're following this trail down Mummy Springs Trail, North Loop Trail, all the way to Charleston Peak at 11,918 feet. All right, we're about 0.3 miles in, 5 in the morning. But yeah, half a mile in, not even a half a mile in. How extremely daunting knowing we have all these switchbacks coming up. We're only not even 2 miles in. We've already gained 1,000 feet of vertical, so it's been a tough one already. Hopefully it flattens out. I think it does at some point. I think we just follow a ridge line like for at least 5 of these 10 miles on the way up, so should be good. Sunlight's coming out. You can barely see it, but once that's out, hat's coming off, it'll start warming up and it's smooth sailing. All right, so the sun is finally coming out. It is, shit, let me check, 6:30 in the morning. We've been at it for about an hour and a half. We've gone 2 miles, a little over 2 miles. All the vertical gain we just had looks like we're kind of giving it right back because it's a slight downhill for quite a while. But the views are insane. But man, we were just slogging our way up the switchbacks. There was about 5-6 of them, and I was moving at a snail's pace. But we got through them, and then we took about a 5-minute rest. The water in the water pack is currently frozen, at least in the hose. So I've got about 16 ounces of water in my water bottle, and then we're on our reserves. I'm thinking the sun will at least warm it all back up, but for now we're working with scraps. If you're like an outdoorsy person, or you've been around Vegas for long enough, you hear the word bristlecone quite a bit. Bristlecone tree. I'm like 99% sure that's what these are. If you look at it, like they have tiny little pine cones, and then like the rest is just like bristles. It's kind of hard to see because the sun's not fully out. I think we're going around that beast. That is not Mount Charleston summit, but I think we have to either skirt that to go along the ridges that you can't see over there. I don't know, just kind of going off of what the All Trails app's showing me. I think that's what it is. We'll find out soon. All right, so a little bit of research, found out that that was actually Mummy Mountain right there. Pretty popular hike in the Mount Charleston area. Would be nice to just get up there and be done with it. But we've got about another 17.5 miles to go. All right, monumentous moment. There's a little checkpoint. I forget what this is called, some tree. But North Loop Trail. And now it is just absolutely nothing more than a walk in the park. We're just no vertical gain, we're just flat ground. I wish it would warm up just a tiny bit, but we're doing okay. I don't even have my thick gloves on. A little bit of snow here and there, but no cause for concern just yet. No need to put the crampons on. Yeah, the early morning start, they definitely helped. I think we're on great pace right now. I think we're averaging about 2 miles an hour. Obviously some spots are a little bit slower just because the uphills, especially those switchbacks, as I mentioned earlier, we're just completely slogging along. So yeah, it's a beautiful day out, boys. Absolutely no complaints on my behalf. I'm just kind of excited to start skirting along the ridges. If I can just get out of these woods right here. Luckily, Mummy Mountain's giving me a lot of coverage right now from the wind. You can see up there, it's blocking all of the crosswind coming from my east side. I don't know which direction that is, but yeah, we're absolutely vibing. We woke up at 2:15, had to charge the car for an hour beforehand, which is fine. You know, I would have liked to start a little earlier, but to be honest, hiking in the dark is just not that exciting. All you see is about 10 feet in front of you with your headlamp, and then you gotta pray nothing jumps out at you. I mean, would you just look at it? Would you just look? I really can't tell if that is the summit of Charleston. I really don't know. It kind of looks like it. It also doesn't look as flat towards the top as it's supposed to. So honestly, we'll find out as we get closer, but not my concern right now. We still got about 8 miles to go. 7 miles to go. I don't know, I've lost count. If I was a bird, I feel like that would be my spot right there, dude. Nobody would come to my spot. It's my little perch, and I'm guarding this little valley right here. And nothing could fuck with me at that point. Absolutely nothing. Look at that monster right there. Could you imagine like scaling that thing? Like rock climbing with harnesses and shit? I don't know how some of you guys do it, man. These little crag climbers. I have no idea. Props to you. Be safe out there, but that ain't my thing. No thanks. Especially when that thing's kind of like this way. But hey man, it's a really cool stuff to watch on YouTube. You guys keep making those videos and I'll keep watching. Oh yes, finally we have sun, and I mean, look at the view to accompany it. You just can't beat it. You just can't beat it. I mean, this is as peaceful as it gets right here. You just make time to come out here. Anywhere, not necessarily here, but you get the point. Just get outside, get your mind clear, and reset. Get back to the grind after that. All right, little fun fact here while we're in the shade, the sun's not blocking it. So right now we're at about, that won't focus, but we're at 9,515 feet. But if you look at the lines here, when you're looking at a topographical map, the lines are basically telling you your elevation. So the closer they are, the steeper it is, because then you're going from 9,515 to, let's say, 9,679 over here, right? From here to this right side, there's like 400 feet of elevation difference. So not that steep. If you look, that's probably like a quarter mile away. So over a quarter mile, you're only gaining like 400 feet of elevation, which is not too bad. But when they're really steep, those lines will be pinched right together like they're best friends, and that's when it sucks. If you're looking at those mountains over there, which I think Charleston's peak is right there if I'm not mistaken, you see how steep they are? That's when your lines are gonna get real thin. It's just a fun little lesson. Yeah, for sure, Charleston Peak right there, sitting at about 11,900 feet. That's where we're going. Still a good 6.5 miles away now, but it should fly by. Not a worry in the world. I guess actually that's a lie. Half of my water spilled out from the Nalgene or Camelback, and like I said earlier, I think the water in my reservoir is still frozen, so there's that. I think we'll be fine though. I mean, it's not hot. We're keeping cool. We're just sipping. We're sipping water as we go. We'll be fine. Just continuously losing that elevation gain that we already got. Why, man? Why? The second warning sign, first one was when we first began. So yeah, don't touch non-detonated explosives. I think that's kind of common sense. There she is, that big beautiful son of a bitch. It's turned into a barren wasteland up here. This trail up here, coming around, skirting this mountain, hugging a ridge. There's a ridge right here up to the summit. And I'm not trying to get ahead of myself. Just putting one foot in front of the other. Checking the map. We're just gonna keep trucking along. Taking short little 30-second breaks here and there. Because now I think we're getting all that elevation gain back that we lost. So yeah, working twice as hard. So I think we still have like 2,500 feet of elevation left to gain until the top, but the air is pretty thin up here, so it's hurting a lot more, that's for sure. All right, the hat and headlamp came off. It's getting a little hot out. Jacket's about to come off. We are still making our way around this mountain, and then it should be pretty much a straight shot all the way to the top of Charleston. But the air's so thin. Trying to get acclimatized to the different altitude, more than quadruple what I'm used to. Now, it concerns me a little that there's already snow over here, because we still have 5 miles, 6 miles to go roughly, and you know, if snow's sitting on the sides of these mountains, I don't even want to know what's exposed on the top. It's gonna get interesting. We'll play it by ear. No need for crampons just yet. We're gonna keep trucking up these very slowly, and then reassess what's around the corner once we get up there. Got the trekking poles out to help give me some grip. The boots themselves have some pretty good traction, so should be okay. Posted up. I think I'll get a nice suntan here. I think I would. Giving the old legs and hips a break. I'm just worried about the snow and ice. That's all I really care about at this point, because that's going to be the one thing that prevents me from getting to the top. It's not going to be exhaustion. It's not going to be anything else. It's just the ice and snow. We'll see. Today's the first real test. If we can get to enough snow consecutively, then I'll throw them on. Otherwise, I'm not going to put it on and walk through this dirt. It's just pretty bad for the spikes. So we came down from in those little, I don't even know what you call those, but we came from there, had a little switchback up there. I swear I hear some running water up there. Maybe it's from melting ice. But right now I'm not going to go venture off and try and find some. It looks way too steep right now. We'll push on with our current water sources. Not doing too hot on water, but I think we'll be okay. I have no idea where this is going to take me, if it's going to take me up into there first, or if I'm just going to hug the side all the way around. I have no idea. So it would be nice to avoid going up that mountain, because I know we're going to probably have to come back down it. I'm just thinking about a nice hot warm meal, a nice shower, spend time with my fiance, maybe watch a movie. We're starting to hit some patches of snow and ice. I don't think it's enough to put on the crampons just yet. We are on top of a big boy right now. We're just around that bend, and we should have a relatively straight shot from here. But I don't see much elevation gain on the map until about the last mile or two. There's a lot of ice patches now. I'm very, very close to putting on the crampons. I'm just kind of skirting around the ice as best I can, because a fall right now wouldn't be too good. That may or may not be the end of me, so we're not going to let that happen. I think I stay down this path and go up and up from there. So we be seas. It's been a grind today. I'm at a crossroads right now because the sun, there's a bunch of bird shit on this rock. Okay, so the sun is directly hitting all this snow, right? Just turning it into complete ice. Decisions. I don't know. I'm gonna eat a little snack. At least try and get. Let me show you something. All right, you see where we are? It's about to flatten out, and then there's a tiny bit more gain, and then it flattens out for quite a while. Then it's just one giant push to the top, and then you come right back down. You just turn around and do the same thing in reverse. You know, where that pointy part of the yellow is, if we get to there, how much sun is going to be hitting the ice? So that's the dilemma. But, I mean, it's been doable so far. Well, and that answers that. I literally went around that turn, came up here, got to this point where it looks just hella sketchy, and then took a little fall right there. Caught myself, so I didn't slide anywhere, but had I slid, it was bye-bye. So we're gonna turn back. If it was a hard, heavy packed snow, I could think about it, and if there was no snow at all, definitely could do it. But I want to live to see another day, so I'm gonna try and get back down safely. Yeah, it is what it is. You can't always summit. Snack time with a view on the way back down. Got a little jalapeno grass-fed beef, 0 sugar, low calorie beef stick. We'll come back and we'll make it. Not a concern. Tiredness, I'm good. Got plenty of energy. Fluids are a little concerning. Finished my bottle of water. I swear I've been going uphill both ways. That doesn't make sense. All right, as I am winding down this little journey, we're about a quarter of a mile to the car. My body is aching everywhere. This was kind of a practice exam for me, just to see where I'm at physically. I think I held up pretty well. Just need to hone in on my crampon skills, you know, how to put them on properly, when I'm supposed to don them. Didn't really know when to put them on, just in the interest of safety and time. I don't think I would have gotten back before dark anyways. I ate shit a couple times, so it is what it is. In May, we have a trip to Mount Shasta, 3-day expedition with snow school involved. So that'll be good to practice everything that I just mentioned. And then in September, we have Kilimanjaro. I think I can be prepared for that one, just because the days are split up. I'm not doing 10, 20 miles in one day. That's what it felt like today. It was just, it beat the shit out of me. So at least with Kilimanjaro, they spread it over 8 days. Should be fine. I didn't feel any sort of altitude sickness today, so we should be good. Appreciate it if you guys watched. I know it wasn't what we wanted. We wanted that summit, but you know, things happen, and I'd rather get home in one piece. Appreciate it. We'll see you guys on the next one. I will probably be attempting this again within the next month or so. Gonna see if I can do a different trail. I think doing the same trails over and over gets pretty boring to me, so I like to mix it up, see what we can make happen. Maybe try Griffith Peak. Love you guys, appreciate it. Later.